Hello, beautiful family. How are you all doing? Thank you so importantly for always checking on me, for always watching our updates, sharing our videos, like our videos. I really do appreciate. If today the first time you are coming across us, I still remain AGATHA Progress, bringing it to you live and direct. Remember, in this channel, we react to all videos and your opinion is highly needed. So if you have been enjoying this and you haven't subscribed, oh my word, what are you waiting for? Please click on that red subscribe button that says subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more latest updates. All right, my coalition people, without not wasting much of your time, let's dive into the reason why we are here today. Today, I have another wonderful one. The first one says, Nnamdi Kanu hire new legal team. Is it true? Please do well to watch this video to the end and get all the latest details. The second one is Biafraland is going to shake by Simonekpa. And the third one is about Biafra leadership. What is going on? A brother have a wonderful message for each and every one of us, and I know that you don't want to miss it. Why the fourth one is about Nigeria educational system, what is really going on, and what the president of ESU, Prof. Emmanuel, just said. Please stay tuned, watch this video, and I will be right back. So, my coalition people, the first one, without not wasting much of the time, is about the legal team. Did Nnamdi Kanu really hired a new legal team? True to true? Are you aware? Do you know anything about it? You are going to hear all. In fact, there is something that is going on the internet that Nnamdi Kanu hired a new legal team and everybody is talking about it. I just said, let me do my little findings before I will comment on it, or before I will believe if it's truth or not. And for God so kind, I dive into Ifeanyi Ejiofor's page, of which he explained it more better, and he said, no, Nnamdi Kanu never have new legal team. They never employ any other person. That the people that are with him, they are also the same persons working with him. That this information of saying Nnamdi Kanu have another legal team, that is all fash. That we should not believe it, because himself that is talking, he know very well when Nnamdi Kanu give the go-ahead that Mike should be one of the legal team. That was on July 29, 2021. That it was only, that is the wish of Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one that said, I want it this way, okay? And he made another point and said that if there would have been another legal team or another person, or they employed another lawyer, he will be the first person to get the information and to pass it out to the great Biafra's family. That for now, there is no other new legal team. That the only person that they have, that is this Sam Shuku Wanting, that he has been with him for long. That is just a matter of fact that he is handling other cases that related to IPOB movement, though they have two different court dates, and he have another case about the 15 amended charges against Nnamdi Kanu, also in Federal High Court in Abuja. And he said the Sam is the one that is handling that case, while himself and Mike and the rest of them, they are handling the direct case of Onyedu. So, conclusively, there is nothing like new lawyer. There is nothing like Nnamdi Kanu hired new lawyer. No, the lawyers they have been using, those are the same lawyer, and he said they are working perfectly well. They understand themselves and everything is going well. And he made people to understand that Nnamdi Kanu is in high spirits, confidence of freedom, of which we know. And you can testify that Nnamdi Kanu is the only one that did not slump in the courts. Yes, so you see the game or the drama of Abakare's wife. Those ones, they are all set up. You can see that whenever Abakare is going to court, you see the clothes that he's wearing. He dressed well. He gauge up. He wear wristwatch, and he put on a very good wristwatch, and he dressed very well. So will you think that that person is undergoing trial or is in prison? No. But Nnamdi Kanu don't have opportunity to have a change of clothes. So what are we saying? The other day that Abakari surfaced in the court, you see his dressing now. You see his coming out. It's different now. It's different. So if they are granting Abakari bail, till then we are going to know about it. So my correalistic people, without not wasting much of your time, let's move in. This is an interesting one. It's a message from Simonekpa to the Nigerian government, or to as many that will be concerned. He is talking about Biafraland, what should happen there and what not. It's not that I should not talk too much. Let me just leave the video so you watch it, and I'll be right back.
Tomorrow, any killing anymore by the military in Biafra land. You see, don't even go to engage them. You don't have what it takes to fight the military, but there are people who will do everything to defend our land against those military, and they know themselves. But you see, every group in Biafra land, I am not just talking to every group. I am not just talking to a particular group now. I'm talking of every group, every armed group, every group in Biafra land. Any killing anymore of our children, any killing anymore of our women, any burning of our community again, any burning of shops or marketplaces again, just to annihilate us. From tomorrow, no roadblock. Any place they molest anybody in, we want them to show us the same roadblock in the northern Nigeria. We want to see how many roadblock do you have in Katsina State. We want to see how many roadblock of the military you have in Sokoto State. These are the places where the bandits have taken over, mounting their flag. If you cannot show that to us from tomorrow the 15th, it is going to be a guerrilla warfare in self-defense. It is going to be a guerrilla warfare for self-defense. We are going to defend our land. You see the way Ukrainians are defending their land? That is the same way we are going to defend our land against whoever come. If you like, you are one of the military that have paid to come to kill our women, we are going to raise men. From tomorrow, men will rise up in Biafra land. It is going to be a guerrilla warfare. Once your message is passed to you, you will know how serious we are. There will be no killing anymore. It is enough. We will defend this land with everything in us. We are going to defend you, even at the ICC or anywhere you call us. We will be there to answer. We are going to defend the land just the way the Ukrainians are defending themselves. So it is not a particular group. Every group that have anything you have, any weapon you have at all, from tomorrow you should be out. And you know where to go. Once they kill anybody, and you have to, every killing must be verified. Every burning of houses and villages must be verified. Once you verify that the military have done it, go to the to the State House of Assembly, start from the commissioner, start from the state executive, make sure they never sleep in their house again. They need to live to the responsibility. You did not vote them in to collect money and kill you. You did not vote them in to bring in killers from the northern Nigeria into the southeast to kill you. You vote them in for them to represent your interest. Your interest is first. And your interest is not for your villages to be burnt down and creating IDP camp. And I want to tell you one thing. When Fulani was killing and butchering our women and our children, you did not see the military. Have you ever, I want to ask you one question. Have you ever seen anywhere that there was a news that military engaged the killers' herdsmen? I want you to answer that question. In the history of Nigeria, in the history of this jihad, in the history of this ethnic cleansing, I want you to tell me, have you ever heard anywhere that the military engaged the killers? By the way, by this week or before the coming week, we are writing to the European Union, to the EU Commission President, and we are going to inform her about Biafra. Before this next week. And we are not hiding anything. Of course, there are things we are going to keep secret, but just to inform you, by next week, they are going to hear from us. All these things are just for formality. Okay? So that they are going to have knowledge that Osetigo. And if anybody think that what we are going to be doing going forward is wrong, they should go and live our life in Biafra land. First of all, they will drop their nationality from where they come from. I was reading the reason why the European Union and the NATO are going against Russia is because they say they don't want to allow people to live self-determination of Ukrainians. And I begin to ask myself, self-determination for Ukrainians? Ukraine is a sovereign nation, and the sovereign nation also fighting for self-determination, because that was what a lot of them are telling people in Europe, that Russia is interfering in the right to self-determination of Ukraine. I did not know that, a nation that already have independence, that people can also interfere to the right to the self-determination. But do you know why they use the word self-determination of Ukrainian? Do you know why? Because it is about the right to choose NATO. The right to choose NATO. So if Ukraine, as an independent state, as a sovereign state, can be agitating for self-determination to join NATO, and we, the black people in Africa, also decide to continue to fight for our self-determination, and the oil you are using in Europe is coming from our land, just like the way you are using the oil from Russia, and you pay no attention to our problems, but you pay attention to natural resources coming from our land. Is that not evil? Is that not enough reason for hell to let loose? You see, the only difference between us and what is happening around the world is that we are not suicide bombers. It is not in our blood. It is not in our culture. We are not people that take their life to make a point. That is the reason why Iraq have not repeated in Biafra or in Nigeria, because this time around it's Nigeria. That is why Syria have not happened in Nigeria. That is why Libya, the state of Libya, the situation of Libya have not repeated itself in Nigeria, because where the oil is coming from are predominantly Christians. Our culture is different. We do not take life of people. But had it been that this oil is located in Borno State, had it been that this oil is located in Kano State, worse than Iraq, we would have witnessed it. We would have seen even Libya times 2. We may have even seen worse than Syria. And maybe we will no longer be even agitating, because they would have chased us away. But now, the reverse is the case. So the point I am trying to make is that the world pay no attention to black man. The racism is too much. I am giving it a racial profiling. I am giving the Biafra situation racial profiling because of our natural resources. We are going to fight this thing in and out, and it needs men with mental toughness. It is not coming to take microphone and count word. It is either you are in or you are out.
So, this is all about what Simonekpa got to say. Please do well to drop your opinion in the comment section, because I really want to know what you gain, or how you see it, or the information that is passing out. How do you see it? Does it go well with you or not? Please drop your opinion in the comment section. And the third one is about Biafra leadership. A brother have another message again for the DOS and to as many that is concerned. So let me not waste much of the time. Let me leave the video, watch it, and I'll be right back.
People, gullible ones, they will take it. But people who is actually fighting for Biafra restoration from their heart, we cannot see something like this and keep quiet. And that is the reason why you will never understand us, or that is the reason why you will never get every single thing we are saying right. You always take it wrong. But those who understand will understand. And you that don't understand today, tomorrow or 1 week or any time, you understand it. You will understand it. If you look at the title of this broadcast this afternoon, you understand that a certain man, his name is Paul, and aka Map, he said, and he come on and begin to talk. You know, when somebody wants to expose himself, he always expose himself from his own mouth. And him, Mr. aka Map or Paul or whatever they call him, he said, if he want to judge you, he will use what come out of your mouth, judge you. That he will never judge you from different things. And that is a great one. I saw a message that he said he's sending direct message to autopilot. And inside his message, he's saying that don't we know that the exposition of DOS have actually destroyed a lot? He's asking question. And he's also saying it's a direct message to autopilot people. And he's asking, don't we know that the exposition of DOS have actually caused a lot to Biafran restoration? And I don't know what may happen that you, Mr. Paul, will be the one to be talking like this. Because a sensible man, a reasonable human being cannot ask this kind of question. If I know what is right to me to do, that will stop me from, let me put it on myself. If I know that I have do something wrong, and the only way that I can stop that exposition, or the only way that I can stop that thing that may happen later, or people will use and begin to talk later, is to come out and apologize to what I have did. Because when somebody come out and apologize for something he or she did, and then somebody is discussing it somewhere, people will be fighting you for discussing what people have, or for discussing the same thing that the person have come out and apologized. There are those who will be angry. Is it not the same thing you are talking about? The person have come out and apologized. There will be those who will be asking some such question. But this kind of thing that you are seeing today, the so-called the leadership, the duels that all of you people are defending today, that most of you people are now asking questions that you are saying, don't we know? You see how God is exposing you people? Because God will use what come out of your mouth, expose you the same time. Look at a such comment you made, that don't we know that exposing the DOS will cause a lot to Biafra restoration, will cause a lot to Nnamdi Kanu. And that is exactly what people want us to do. We should keep quiet. Nobody should talk. Any nonsense that happens, we should overlook it. Any stupidity that happens, we should take it. Have you seen it now? So these are the problem that you people have. If you, Mr. Paul, will come out and begin to ask Biafran people, don't we know that exposing the DOS is going to cause a lot to Biafra restoration? It simply means you yourself understand. And even the reason why you turn around and begin to talk like this is because you have come to understand the game the people have played, or these people, they have now put you online, or they have put you on the same seat they are sitting. And that's the reason why you are coming to shamelessly to ask Biafran people, or to tell Biafran people that don't we know that the so-called DOS, by exposing them, is actually another harm to Biafran restoration. And to answer your question, if that is the question you are asking, I will ask you, why is it that those people that knows that what they are doing, that will cause people to expose them for their job, why them, they do not come out and do the needful? Instead of people to be coming around talking how people are talking today. Instead of you to coming out to say, don't we know that exposing DOS will cause a lot to Biafran people, and they know that they have committed something, they know that they have done something, and they keep it quiet, and people are asking them to do the needful, to do the rightful thing, they are not doing it because they know what they are doing. And today, all of you people, the gullibles who have nothing to offer for Biafra restoration, you are coming out to defend DOS. And most of you will defending them today. I'm not talking about DOS because these people, we have left them behind. Because if you are not giving me what I want, I can't be coming to your house to give me what, maybe what you like give me is not what I want. So I will not be coming to your house. But the reason why I'm mentioning DOS in this broadcast is because somebody have now totally exposed the so-called DOS by asking questions, or by saying, don't we know that if we expose the DOS, it will affect the struggle. Imagine when somebody will be asking such question, or will be saying such a thing. Don't we know that if we expose the leadership, there's something? So that means these people, they purposely do every single thing that they are doing. That means they know every single thing that they are doing, both the wrong one and both the evil one. They know that they are doing it. And you people expect those people, professors, intelligent people, a lot of people, journalists, doctorate and other people inside Biafra struggle, you expect them to keep quiet, because if you talk, it's going to spoil something for Biafra restoration. Then why is it that they know that they are doing something wrong and they are doing it? That is the question you need to ask yourself. They know that, okay, what they are doing today is wrong thing they are doing. No, they are still doing it. And they know that what they are doing today is going to cause something in a different way, and they are still doing it. And upon that, every Biafran people we are talking, instead of them to come and address the thing that is happening, they refuse to address it and start recruiting people to defend them. Is that how leadership works? A leadership doesn't need anybody to defend them. A leadership doesn't need anybody to defend them. And that's the reason why you, Paul, you are saying that when everybody we are castigating, or when everybody we are exposing the DOS, is only the Biafran Chineke. You mention some of them, their names, on your broadcast. You said that it's only Biafran Chineke and other people are the ones defending the DOS. How can you defend leadership? They don't defend leadership. They don't defend a leader. A leader who is doing things right, they don't defend them. What you are doing, the rightful thing you are doing, will defend you. And that will defend you by people who is seeing the job that you are doing. But when majority of those seeing what you are doing is not right, and they see that this is wrong, and they are not going against you, you need to come out and make things right, instead of you recruiting people to come and do what? To come and fight for you. Simply means they don't fight for leader. Your work, your job fight for you. Your work, your job speak for you. And that's the reason why you see them running head-scatter, because a lot of Biafran people understand the job they're doing. You understand what they're doing. And that's the reason why you yourself, Mr. Map, you will come out and be asking questions. Don't we know with the Biafran people that if we follow what they, or if we expose the leadership of DOS, that is the question. It's coming from your mouth. I'm not saying it. People should go and watch it. It's coming from your mouth. You are saying, don't we know that exposing the DOS will cause a lot of harm to Biafran people? That means all of you people ganging up today knows what the DOS are doing, knows what the leadership are doing. And that's the reason why you are asking us questions, that don't we know exposing them will cause a lot of harm into Biafran struggle. And I will tell you that it's even better that we not restore Biafra with lies. Because look at Nigeria today. Look at a country called such a Nigeria. Is that a country? Is that how we want to restore the same country called Biafra? You want to use propaganda and restore Biafra? You want to use lies and restore Biafra? That is all you people want. And it is even better we not restore Biafra with lies. We have to restore Biafra with the truth. And those people leading the movement who is coming to restore Biafra with lies, we cannot accept it. Because what you restore with lies, we ended lies. And that's the reason why when we see something that is happening like this, we are not taking it, because it's going to end us in lies. It's going to end us in destruction. And that's the reason why they are doing all this manner of things, and we are not agreeing with them. Let them defend themselves. Let them do the rightful thing. Because if I see you are doing something wrong, and I tell you, everybody will telling you, and thousands of people will telling you that this is what you're doing. This is the wrong thing that you're doing. You need to change for me. You need to make things right. And all of you people refuse to do the rightful thing, to make things right. And instead of people doing that, what do you guys do? You recruit people. You recruit people to attack the people who is actually doing the needful. And if I may ask you, Mr. Map, because I respect you before, and I respect your job before, but right now it's up to you, my brother. But I want to ask you this single question. If the leadership are doing their job and they're doing the new job, why are they recruiting people to attack people? Because you mentioned some people on your broadcast today that if you know because of Machineke and other people, they are the one defending them, they are the one that is doing this and that. It simply means those people that you are mentioning are those people who is actually working for them. Because you mentioned the name with your mouth. You said that even not because of Machineke and the other people, other era they have around them that they recruit to work for them, even not because of them, by today, whatever you say would have been whatever you say it was. But I'm asking you, or I'm telling you, brother, if these people are working for the restoration of Biafra, first thing, they wouldn't have recruited people to attack anybody. They would have recruited people to fight for Biafra restoration, not to attack people who is doing the same job like them. Because I will give you an example. These are the people that you say they are working for Biafra, but they're the same people that recruit people to attack Simonekpa from the beginning. Simonekpa did not attack anybody. He did not respond to any of you people. You people were attacking him. He said, don't attack me. That if you attack me, Biafra spirit will attack you. He said it. He were begging you people, leave me alone to do what I'm doing. But you people left all these things behind. And the so-called leadership, if they were not the one that sent those people to attack Simonekpa, to be fighting Simonekpa.
So that is our own brother instruction. So the other one, as usual, about Nigeria educational system. What is really going on? Now, ASU President Prof. Emmanuel has said that they will be adding another 8 weeks to the strike. Can you imagine this? Students at home, they don't have what it takes to go back to school. Instead, you graduate. In course of 4 years, 3 years, will be taking 7 years just because of this. And if Nigeria said they don't have money, can they stop election and say because there is no money, there will not be election in 2023? I wish they can do it that way. It would have been better. But anyways, as a student, you just have to watch this video to the end because it is for you. Listen to the interview with Professor Emmanuel, that is the president of ASU, and I will be right back.
That on the 13th and 14th of February, we declare a 4-week rolling strike. The idea that it will be within 4 weeks, government would have resolved all the issues that we have with our 2020 memorandum of action on how to implement our 2009 agreement, which unfortunately they did not do. Today is that strike ended yesterday, and nothing tangible has been done. All the issues, because I remember I said that we did, or before we keep on signing MOA, MOU, we said that we will not sign. Do something that people will see, Nigerians will see, the students will see, and nothing was done. That's why when we met today, we review all the situation. And to also give the time again, because if I don't say we are declaring definite strike, we are giving a timeline again. We have rolled over that strike for another 8 weeks. Since they say they couldn't do it in 4 weeks, let's hope that in 8 weeks, they will resolve all this problem. And our school can come to normal, so then we have what looks like at least improvement in the structures, in the facilities, and everything.
Sir, you'll be having a series of meetings with government, the Minister of Education, as well as the Minister of Labour. Are you saying these two government officials have not done anything tangible so far?
There's nothing. All we had with them, we have only met with the Minister of Labour twice, and all they gave us are also promises. We will do this within this period. We will do this within this period, like they have done in the past. And for our members, if you have promised in the past, since 2009, and you didn't promise, why would they believe that anything will change? And we believe that if we were serious about resolving this problem, if we were serious, within 4 weeks, all the problem would have been resolved. You don't have to give promises. To get the white paper out of the December, you don't need 4 weeks. To release some money to take care of revitalization as we agreed, if we are really serious that there's a problem in education, it will take 4 weeks. If I also come and sign the agreement with Rich, from which we have a draft agreement in May 2021, it will not take 4 weeks. They will come for nothing. As usual.
Okay, so yesterday, the Ministry of Education, according to the education spokesperson, Mr. Bengong, he said that the government has been, engaged in series of action to make sure that this proposed strike is averted. And he mentioned something that, okay, we are not in a situation of war, so that if ASU wants to come to the negotiation table, then there is no need for ASU to go on strike. So what do you think about this?
You see, it's the usual way they speak in the ministry. The union ASU did not go on strike at all in 2020. We're all aware of that. This negotiation was done and concluded in May 2020. Were we on strike? Actually, people who are actually using gun, using hardship to punish the union, are this same Ministry of Education and their counterpart. You reach an agreement, you say let's wait them out. They will come to beg. When they come to beg, you cannot reduce what we have negotiated. So they are the one using the gun. If between May 2021 and February 2022 is 8 months for them to look at what we have discussed and come will sign. Well, we want to strike for the 8 months, but they just want to sleep. As usual, that is finished. So they are the people creating this problem, not us. So there are people who are actually on strike. We have been on strike for 4 months. The government was on strike for 8 months. We reached an agreement in 2021. They went on strike. They didn't come out to start talking to February 2022. So they were the one on strike. They were on strike for 8 months. We have only gone for 1 month, and they're already complaining. They went on strike for 8 months. 8 good months. Now they are, after the 8 months, we have started our own strike. They quickly came that they are setting a panel to look at it. Why did you do it 8 months ago?
Okay, so sir, one of the reasons that the government has been given is that there is a depletion of funds, that the government does not even have enough funds to pay salary, and so they will not be able to release the end allowances and other funds. So what do you think of this? Because, you know, when we also look at it, we will see that Nigeria has been engaged in a borrowing spree for a while. So do you think the government is right to even come out and say, okay, we do not have enough funds, so we will not be able to attend to you now? Because this is something that the Minister of Education has said, this is something that the Minister of Labour has also said. In fact, specifically, he said that there is no money, but I would talk to the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance will go and look for the money.
Let me also put it this way. Is it true Nigeria has no money? Our answer is no. Nigeria have a lot of money they could use. 2, with the Nigerians say because they don't have money, they will cancel the 2023 election. I know they are giving INEC 300 billion. Would they say because there's no money, we will cancel the election? Election and education, which one is more important? If they say they don't have money, we say cancel election. If they say they don't have money, would they spend 10 billion or so they are used to renovate the presidential wing hospital? If they don't have money, would they have money to release about 30 billion? I said they are used to renovate I think a new phase in the National Assembly. If they don't have money, the railway from Kaduna 1.7 trillion to Nigerian Republic, is that more important than education? Where is that money coming from? So it's just the issue of priority. In most of the country, you can, as a serving public officer, you can hardly travel in a year. But Nigeria, you see a minister traveling 100 times, 30 times in a year, collecting DTA. If they say they don't have money, where did they get money to increase their DTA? Remember, last month the president signed that they have doubled DTA. Nobody is on strike, nobody is carrying gun, nobody is on strike. Who benefits from DTA? Political officials that travel to London, travel to Abuja, travel to this thing. We are doing what do you call it? We are doing something. This legislation. What do you call it? Do serve to go and visit area. They are the one collecting the DTA. You double your own because you don't have money. The one that affect the ordinary Nigerian people, you don't have money. It's not correct. The money collected from VAT only, that extra 2.5%. If you say you are putting 1% of it to education, you sort out the problem. The money you are collecting as stamp duty, if you say let's put half in education, you sort out all the problem. As I speak to even the third phone we're talking about, many of the big companies, big main companies are no more paying tax. What do they say? Because they want to pay tax. I want to do road from Kene to 1 kilometer. They say that you are exempted for tax for the whole year. You don't pay the tech fund tax. So that's the new thing they have found out. So that you don't pay tax, pay anything. They say I want to tar road to my village. You say not pay tax. So that is it. It's not the issue of money, it's the issue of priority.
So now, what is the fate of the students? Because they are the ones that are bearing the brunt of this. I remember about 2 weeks ago, the NANS, National Association of Nigerian Students, they took to a protest to the National Assembly and also visited the Minister of Education. And you now, the union, extending this strike by 8 weeks. That is approximately 2 months. What do you have to tell Nigerian students at home now that are begging the union to please call off the strike for their own sake?
Thank you very much. University is not a universal institution where you have students coming from over, mixing and have interaction with other students. Where you have lecturer coming to teach you, you are a student in the University of Benin, lecturer coming to teach you from Poland, from England. That is a university. But today, what do you have? The university we have are just Nigerian students. So they are not getting the benefits those of us who passed through school in those days have. Why? Because the system is bad. Nigerians are going to Ghana, to Benin, to mix up with Ghanaians. Is any Ghanaian coming to Nigeria? Is that what they want? That they have the university contracting? I also ask this question whenever I talk to the press. In the 70s, 80s, do you have a building collapsing in Nigeria? The answer is no. But they went part through the laboratory, through the system. But today, is there any month if it does not collapse? Because they don't have the proper training in practical terms. So that's what we are doing for them. It's for their own interest. When we started school, you won't see a student living on campus, living in shanty. Because the university with the government will ensure that they are hosted in the event that will house the student. Today, how many students say hostel? Less than 10%. Because the students have abandoned that and the students are not interested. So So it should be a collective struggle. And we have challenged Nigerians that any day the parents and the students take up this fight, we'll go back and allow them to take the fight. But they are all silent, they are all watching. Any day the students and the parents take up the struggle to revamp our university, to ensure that the government they elected to serve them, take education as priority, we will abandon the struggle and watch them.
Okay,
so
sir.
It's left to them.
Okay, sir. So one of the bones of contention between the federal government and ASU is the deployment of UTAS. And people who have been following this for a while, it has really become a household name in the Nigerian media. And for people who do not know the meaning of UTAS now know the meaning of UTAS. So with the way the federal government is, delaying on this and on the deployment of UTAS, will ASU be willing to, enroll on the IPPIS platform, pending the time that the federal government actually comes out with a comprehensive report on UTAS and say, okay, finally we have certified this platform and then we can go ahead. Will ASU be willing to at least enroll on the IPPIS platform?
You see, in 2020, we bore 9 months without salary with our children, even during the peak period of COVID-19. So we say our peace is back. And we have been vindicated. The Auditor General of the Federation has released a report 1990, same year, 2019. And you need to get that report. All of you use your Freedom of Information Act and get the report of the Auditor General and look at the damage IPs have done to this country. IPs was purchased by World Bank on behalf of Nigeria in 2006. The idea is to solve our problem. You know what they did? Instead of buying a holistic software that we call Nigeria's own, they bought it in such a way that any staff who gets job today will pay money to that company. So if you get a job in Nigeria today, Nigeria start paying to you since 2006. And that's why our so-called debt is accumulating. World Bank bought and will tell you the amount. So that is it. The program is useless. And as a union of academics, we will not accept what is useless. If they want to shut down, let them shut it because we didn't enroll, because we will never enroll. Because it is not correct. And we have developed a system that will be tested and passed. Score between 77 and 90%. Passed. And you say you are not using it because of in the interest of a few individuals who are making money from my piece. So we will not accept it.
So what's next after the 8 weeks of the strike?
We expect that in the next 1 or 2 weeks, the government should solve all the program and students come back to school. If they solve it next week, the students come back to school next week. But if at the end of the 4 weeks, if 8 weeks, they say they also become natural land, then we will meet again and take another further decision. Okay, so sir,
the Minister of Labour last week, while addressing members of the NLC, he said that it's because he has the interest of the Nigerian students. That is why he has not deployed all these trade union actions. When you talk about no work, no pay, and maybe charging ASU to the industrial courts. I mean, last year we all saw what happened with the Association of Resident Doctors when he tried to intervene, and then there was no end in sight. He charged the doctors to the industrial court, and at some point there was an injunction that okay, these doctors will not be paid. Do you think that if perhaps the federal government fails to do the needful, and eventually this maybe perhaps ASU is charged to court, and then maybe the government actually gives an injunction that okay, for the period that ASU members refuse to work, the members will not be paid. Do you think ASU is willing to sacrifice the salaries and allowances for this period of time? Because this we have from reliable sources. This is something that we had that the federal government is actually contemplating.
There are two. I will respond to this in 2 ways. For the doctor you were talking about, if a doctor is on strike and there's a patient and he dies, it's gone. You can't retrieve it. But if a lecturer is on strike and the student didn't have a 1 semester, when they come, they sacrifice their time to ensure those students meet up those semesters. So if they want to go in that way, we can also do it. My university, we're just finishing, we are running off 1st semester. When we come back, we'll not take that exam. We'll start 2nd semester.
Realistic people, that is all about every other thing that you need to hear from this wonderful channel. Hope you did enjoy it, and I know that you enjoy. Please do well to drop your opinion for me in the comment section. Do well to share our videos, like our video, and subscribe to this channel. Join this family because that is the only thing that you can do, because I will be bringing you the update back to back. The only thing you need to do is just to encourage me, and I believe that together we can take this beautiful platform to a different level. I still remain your one and only AGATHA Progress, in case you have forgotten, bringing you the news live and direct. Please join this family, and for me to you from here, I said bye.